Did you pick it up?
No.
Something named after me anyway, huh?
Yeah, we'll see if we can't start a new trend, right?
Danny heading for the 7th frame, up by 13. Interesting how his right leg comes back behind so far. He's confused now. Leaves the 2-pin. As his wife looks on. Watch his right leg, Dan. Way back there. He actually gets scuff marks on the right side of his shoe because of that. Trouble. Oh. Boy, I'll tell you, mistakes like that come back to cost you a lot of money.
Never would have anticipated Wiseman missing the single pin spare, and now the burning question is, can he come back from the adversity and make a good shot here on lane 45?
Boy, you know, that's hard to do at any age, but when you're 22 years old and haven't developed maybe a lot of patience yet, although Danny seems to have a good amount of it, to regroup and make a quality shot is really tough.
Sure did. Left the 310 the last trip on 45. Explodes the rack in the 8th. Leads by 1. But once again, Warren Nelson, the old hang-around kid, is in a position to win the semifinal game.
Man, this is the hang-around finals here, I'll tell you.
Survival of the fittest.
Well, he's done it at the end of the game every time.
Much better speed on the right-hand lane. Shakes him loose, so Warren Nelson with a strike in the 8th. Better late than never.
Trailing by 1. It's a 2-pin match. Both bowlers on strikes. Advantage actually seems to be with Warren Nelson right now. The momentum is going toward him because of that errant 2-pin miss by Danny Wiseman in the 7th frame.
6-3. Career television match play record. Trying to improve on that here in the semifinal game.
Tried to stuff it in there and just didn't get it. Went high, crept high. Breaks up the split, keeps himself in the match, leaving the 6-10.
Are there certain shots, Mike, where the pros do just that, try and stuff it in, they realize the reaction isn't great, and they just kind of rear back and maybe throw it hard at the pocket?
I don't know whether all did, but I know I sure did. You know, there's just certain pressure situations where your ball reaction is that you just can't make yourself go ahead and relax and freewheel and stroke that shot, but you can make yourself just amp that speed up a little and throw the old Dick Weber frozen rope.
Still a possible 244 for this young gentleman. He's got a strike up in the 8th.
High. Boy, oh boy.
He won't have to worry about that as he leaves the baby split this time on the right-hand lane.
And now he has to make it to maintain his lead, or he's going to hand the match to Nelson. Didn't get the ball wide of the 3rd arrow at all. Bites too quickly and leaves a split. Pressure is really on Danny right now. That's cutting it pretty thin, I'll tell you. Gets a smile out of him, a smile out of his wife.
Will you relax a little bit?
I suppose he's as nervous as I am.
I don't know. He had it all the way.
Yeah, sure he did. Look at this. The breeze knocked it over, Dan.
It's the way the 9-pin went down on your average builder.
I knew that was coming.
You were saving the wood on that spare.
And he needs all 3 strikes in the 10th to ensure that he's going to move on.
Leads by 1, so fate rests in his own hands.
He gave it too much room.
He leaves the 2-8. This one not settled yet.
Boy, he has a tough spare, and now he's definitely allowed Nelson to win with 1 strike. Didn't switch balls. That's because of the back pin there. See, he played that off his strike line then. He'd switch balls on every spare up to Lynn, used his same strike ball. Now he needs to strike here to force Warren Nelson to count 20 in the 10th frame.
Interesting note, he missed the 2-pin with the spare ball in the 7th.
Right.
Wasn't going to let that happen again.
Tie. It's only 8 to finish at 200 even, making Nelson to count 18 in the 10th. 9 spare 9, or a strike on the first ball will do it.
Struck the last time on lane 46. For the comeback kid, needs at least a mark here in the 10th.
Looks good. Well, 9 spare 9, we said. That's what he needs.
Beautiful shot there on the right-hand lane.
We could have a tie very easily here.
Haven't had one yet this center.
Well, he has to make the 10 pin to get himself into position to win. He's not changing balls. Same ball. Right straight at it. Never a doubt.
Well, if he's done one thing well here this afternoon, it's execute the spare.
Yeah. Needs 9 pins in order to move on to face Ron Palumbi.
And Danny Wiseman knows how many Warren needs.
Yeah, he let this one get away from him, missing a 2-pin. And
if he makes that, he's thinking about the title.
It's light. We've got a tie in a 2-frame roll-off.
Warren quickly over to check the score and upset with the fact that he's going to have to go into extended play. And it will happen immediately. Wiseman will start on the left-hand lane.